Hello and welcome again. In this video I'm going to try and show you how to create a category to look at some of the content index data that we have ingested in the previous video. So first of all, let's click on the categories, and it's an area we've seen before when we looked at metadata. I'm going to click on the side here at example, and I've already created a category heading called personal data. So if I click on that, there's nothing within it at present. So on the far right we go to edit, and that's that little pencil mark, and I click there. So we're going to train this category to look for some information. So first of all, you give it a name. Second area is where we train it. First of all, I'm going to select the repository I want to look at, and it's going to be the one that was created in the previous video, and that's this example repository for content information. We can search for information in a variety of ways via training text, and that looks at just words or phrases, a Boolean logic which looks at proximity operators, for instance, to be able to break down the information. And we can also use the field text box, which looks at certain areas such as file type, file path, and also uses some of the inductions that we've used in our ingestion, such as NI number, personal name score. Also, there's an area for training documents, and we'll cover this off in a separate video. So, with this category, first of all, we're going to use the training text box, and we're going to type in the phrase medical records. We won't look at the fine-tuning area first in this instance, but we will look at options and make sure they're set to 0, so it will find all results. And then we're going to click on results. So our findings are that there are 3,261 items that reference either the phrase medical or the phrase records within our search parameters. Okay, so that's stage 1. We could break that down a little bit further. So as well as using the training text, you can possibly use any of the others in combination. So we're going to use the field text next. And I'm going to go down to where we find a personal name score, and I want to know if there's a hit on the personal name score. So I want to find any that show a hit, and that is the number 1 for this purpose. Push results again, and here we have the results of that, and the result is it's reduced it from 3,216 to 2019 results. Okay, so perhaps we can break this down further. So as well as looking for a personal name score, in the field text we're going to ask it to look for a certain type of file. So I'll select file type, and here I want to look for any file that is a docx. Again, push results. And now my figure has reduced from 2019 down to 745 instances where there is a file that contains some medical records, there's a personal name contained within those files, and that they are docx's. We return back to training, and now finally we'll look for an individual. And I'm looking for the name of Jason Rock. I've asked it to look for the name Jason directly near the name of Rock. Let's try that. And we finally break it down to an individual by this name of Jason Rock, and we find 18 instances of a document of the type we're looking for that refers to a medical record. I can, once I've satisfied that that's what I'm looking for, I can save that and ask for it to be published. and then my results appear alongside in the examples here on the left under personal data. At any time I can go back into it and edit that, change the parameters, search for something else, and just update it. Okay, that's just a simplified view of how you use a category to look at the context indexing on a content ingestion. Thank you.